Hi, my name's Beth Metcalf. I'm the Client Services with Parkinson Alberta here in Medicine Hat. And I have two very special guests with me today. I have Brenda and Robin from Redi Enterprises. Good afternoon.
Hi, how's it going, Beth?
Very well. Robin, I'd like to start with you if you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
So can you tell us how Redi got involved helping Parkinson Alberta through volunteerism?
You know, I've been with Redi for about the last year, so I can speak to the last year. We started with the Tulip campaign, and now we do about 50 volunteer placements throughout the year, whether it be in office, putting together packages, with the garage sale, helping set up, take down, pretty much any activity that you guys have in the community, we get to be a part of, which has been a really, really beneficial thing for our clients.
Well, I know that Parkinson Alberta has really appreciated having Redi involved in those different key fundraising activities. So Brenda, can you tell me a little bit about the clientele that you provide services to and how you recruit the volunteers to help Parkinson Alberta?
We have a number of clients and different disabilities, and they have wonderful skills and they're very capable. So when a different volunteer opportunity comes up, we work together within the team at Redi to see what clients would like to do it and are interested in the volunteer activity, and then we ask the clients, and that is just how it gets started.
So what have been some of the benefits for the clients by volunteering through Parkinson Alberta? I'm going to pose that one to you, Robin.
You know, it's really a fantastic resume builder for a lot of our individuals. They don't have the opportunities to participate in a lot of employment experiences. A long-term volunteer isn't really something accessible to them. So a short-term placement really gives them the chance to build new skills, meet new people, be included in part of the community. They have so much, the clients that we serve have so much to offer. We have probably some of the funniest individuals, and I have a hard time saying this without smiling because some of the most incredible humor comes out. So to see somebody really get engaged in the community that way and to be doing something to give back, it really makes a huge difference. It how do I put it? I'm thinking back to last year when we were doing the garage sale, and when people came back, like, I got, one of our clients says, I got a Coke glass. I got this Coke glass. Isn't this fantastic? And she says, yeah, and I had so much fun. She had something to talk about. She had stories to tell. It was just a fantastic all-around experience.
I'm glad to hear that because we really do appreciate Redi's involvement with our different fundraising events, be it the Tulip campaign, be it the garage sale, the Flex Air Parkinson Step and Stride Walk. I know, Brenda, you've had experience with me, particularly with that walk, by recruiting the volunteers. And I can recall a couple of years ago when we had the walk down at Police Point Park, the volunteers were handing out coupons and they were so excited and thrilled. But the volunteers don't just come by themselves. They have their support workers, correct?
True. A number of our clients, we ensure that there's staff support on site in case they have a question or need assistance. But the staff does step aside and ensure the client's able to do their volunteer position 110%. And our clients give 110%. They love meeting new members in the community and they want to feel part of the community. And that's why these volunteer opportunities are so vital to the success of our program. It gives the clients something to look forward to and to realize that there's so many different nonprofits out there and they're proud to volunteer for them.
Do you have any idea, Brenda, approximately how many hours the volunteers through Redi have put in at Parkinson Alberta?
I can't say to that, but I do know that within 3 months, our clients, both long-term and short-term volunteer opportunities, they put in over 2,100 hours.
That's quite a substantial amount of volunteer time.
It is. We have one gentleman who's been volunteering at the hospital for over 20 years.
And the only time he's missed is when he broke his arm. So he'll receive a 20-year certification this year.
That's
it's pretty
just
incredible.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Really and truly. I mean, the Parkinson's population is a very warm and welcome population. I think you've found that out through your experience.
Yes,
working
absolutely.
along with myself. But I think too, because it's a disease, it's a chronic neurological disorder, it's a disability, correct?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So when you have somebody that has like a neurological disability and then you have someone who may have a physical disability, they feel like they're really included. They don't feel like they're being excluded from anything. And I think people sometimes forget that we need to ensure that we have total inclusion in our city of Medicine Hat.
Agreed.
Not total exclusion.
Absolutely. You know, and that's a lot of the philosophy with Redi. We're all about how are the individuals that we serve be involved in the community? How can we work together with community partners? How can we create this meaningful experience so that when someone wakes up in the morning, they go, oh, I get to do this today? Because really, who doesn't want that feeling at the end of the day?
Well, I know from last year at the garage sale, the volunteers that came, they had a great time because they did do some shopping, you know. And sometimes
Yes.
what we did is we said, here, take a box and just fill up what you want and take it home with you. But they really liked meeting people, and they really take their job
Seriously.
Very seriously.
Yes, absolutely. They do take it very seriously.
It's a huge sense of pride.
It is, and you can drive around in the spring, summer, and even fall in Medicine-Hat, and you see a number of garage sale signs. And how many of us go to them throughout the year? And so when our clients get the chance to volunteer, plus go to garage sales, they love it. They feel part of the community, and that's what we're all about. And like I said again, and I can't say it enough, our clients have wonderful skills and are very, very capable. We just, you know, and these opportunities are great for them.
So one of the really cool things that we get to do is when things like this come up, we sit down as a team and we brainstorm. Okay, now, who is really interested in, say, who loves flowers when it comes to the tulip sales, right? Who enjoys flowers? Who would like to work in customer service one day? How can they get some really good value from this? And it turns into a very unique experience because not only do they get to participate, which is great for Parkinson Society in filling those volunteer spots, but they get the chance to build on that skill set and see what it's like to work in that environment.
You're right on that one, Robin, because they handle money.
Yes.
They are handing cash back.
Yes.
Some people are just giving a donation. Some people want to leave their name and telephone number and contact information because they want to be a part of the community of Parkinson, Alberta by volunteering too. So it's a win-win situation.
It is,
Absolutely.
and that's all about network, and that builds friendships and natural supports as well. And like what Robin said is volunteering gives a great opportunity for us to assess skills and work on those skills. So if somebody does want to work in customer service retail, they have that volunteer experience and then to move forward for employment. So they are stepping stones, but our clients actually pass through them with flying colors.
We have wait lists
Oh, yes.
already for when it comes to tulip sales this year
Yeah.
because it was such a fun experience last year.
And the garage sale as well is already full for volunteers.
Well, we're talking about the tulip sale. The tulip campaign is on right now, and we are taking pre-orders. And I know that Redi has been a good supporter of the tulip campaign throughout the last few years because it's a new initiative. We've only been doing it for a few years. But really what I want to put the emphasis on here today is that Redi is an external stakeholder for Parkinson, Alberta. And we are trying as an organization in this province, as well as locally, to build our external stakeholder opportunities. And I think that, you know, we here, the three of us here today, we've been able to, with dignity and respect, show how that can be done working with a unique and different population. It doesn't have to be plain Jane Doe or Harry Smith. And I think, you know, we need to open up more segues and more doorways for this to happen and make it ongoing. And, you know, hopefully down the road, it would be great if Parkinson, Alberta might be able to find, you know, a job for one person that might be 5 hours a week where they actually are getting paid employment. Because I know that can be very difficult, but it's a challenge to find paid employment for persons with disabilities.
Absolutely.
It is. And we work hard with breaking down the barriers that do come up, and that is a barrier. However, when an employer employs a client with a disability and they see the potential, they see the work ethic, they're astounded. And we hear it time and time again, I wish the rest of my employees worked as hard as this gentleman. And hands down, that the natural supports go up and they are welcomed into the company and their work duties actually increase because everybody sees how capable they are. And it is a barrier, but we are barrier breakers and
That's
we will
right.
break them down.
We're all about finding the possibility with it
Yes.
because we all have possibility. I mean, and there's lots of things that I can do, but there's a million things that I can't do. And that goes the same for the people that we serve. There's a million things that they can do.
I think, the song that pops into my head when I think about the two of you and the clientele that you help provide services to, and the population I work for is somewhere over the rainbow. I mean, we have to get over the rainbow, and we have to have that shining, glimmering dream of hope. And I know before we came on today, you two were talking about a new kind of a program, and it's funny that you started talking about, perhaps getting some of the people from Redi involved by going to long-term care facilities and maybe doing some visitation. I wanted to address that with you to talk about, is there an opportunity where Parkinson Alberta can partner with Redi, maybe to do some site visitations on a bi-weekly basis to some of our people that are in long-term care facilities that don't get out, can hardly verbalize, may not have family or have a very small family unit that does come and visit. What are your thoughts right off the top of your tongue?
I think it's great, and I think that is definitely an opportunity that we can explore. We have clients that would love to visit, play crib, cards, even just sit together and watch a TV show. It's that companionship, and a number of our clients are very, very social, and they would feel very honored to be able to give something back to somebody who's in a long-term care facility.
Absolutely. We actually have quite a few clients that already volunteer doing just that. And they go in and sit, and some sing, some read, some dance, lots of dancers.
Lots of dancers, yeah. And
So-
they enjoy it, and they look forward to it. And it brings the people in long-term care facilities joy. And it's a natural friendship that gets built. And then the clients are invited to Christmas parties or birthday parties. And that's what it's all about, is socializing and bringing everybody together in the community. And that's ultimately our goal as well, is we really want to diversify and have a really inclusive community where, whether you have Parkinson's or another disease, or
whether you have Down syndrome, or
Yes.
whether you have FASD, or whatever is going on for you, that there's a space for you in this community.
Yes.
And I think that that's something that we've been pleasantly surprised to see, is that there really is a space for everyone in this community.
And most
So-
jobs are carvable, and that's what we do, and also volunteer positions. And all we need is that chance to show the nonprofit or company what we can give. And we're here to complement everybody, not complicate.
So I think it'd be really cool if we could talk about that, actually. How
Well,
can we
we'll
maybe
do that off air.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
can we maybe work together to do something like that? I mean, we do run a program, it's called a CAP-C program, and that's a program that individuals that are under the age of 65. So let's say you're 35 and you have Parkinson's, and then you're living in a long-term care facility. Most of the people around you are over 65. So that can be a really difficult place to be. That can put you in a really difficult headspace when there's nobody around you that speaks the same language, that's experiencing the same things at the same time in life. So our CAP-C program allows community access for people in long-term care. So an individual from Redi would come and pick you up, and maybe you're going to a concert, or maybe you want to go grocery shopping, or you want to go swimming or hiking, anything that you can, any activity that you decide is meaningful for you, that's what we do. So there's a lot of really cool opportunities that way in the community too. So I was really excited actually when I found out about that. I've been working at Redi for over a year, and that was a new one, and I had the chance to experience an outing with an individual a few weeks ago, and it was a very rewarding, not just for myself, but it was really cool to see how the client's experience was being out and part and rocking out at a concert and just having fun. There's some really incredible moments that we get the chance to share when we work on these community partnerships.
And it's huge, and you go home laughing. You go home laughing, and you go home smiling every day, because it's so rewarding. And the smallest things that we may take for granted, they don't. And they're just wonderful to work with and to see how they can grow and work on their skills. And that's what we're all about. And Parkinson's has been a big help with having us work together to develop the skills with the clients.
I know a few years ago some of our processes changed with volunteers, and volunteers have to fill out applications and sign applications, and then if they're going to be handling money, they had to have a criminal records check. And I think that is really important because they're being treated just like an average
Yes.
Joe person. If they're having to go out and they're working in some place and they're handling money, they're going to have to do those same types of things. So you're right. It's about building skills. It's about building, you know, increasing self-esteem.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean-
and creating equality, right?
Yes.
It's the same for you, and it's the same experience
Yeah.
for me, and it's the same experience for the people that we're blessed to serve.
And I also think too, and I have to say this because you could at some point in time have a client become diagnosed with this disease, Parkinson disease. You now have had that foot first exposure as to the disease. And I know that the two of you have seen varying stages of the disease over the course of the year. Robin, you've been involved, but Brenda, you've been involved for, I think it's been 3 or 4 years now that you've been
Yes.
involved. And so you have kind of that basic understanding that things aren't going to get better, that they're going to probably worsen. But I think this is so important, and I've been so blessed and happy that I've been able to develop and create this partnership with Redi. It's just unbelievable.
Oh, and
we're very thankful
yes,
for it
we
too,
are
Beth.
very thankful as well, because we can go to you and say, do you have a volunteer? We want, you know, this client wants to volunteer. What can we do? And you're like, sure, let's work together. We figure something out. And that's huge. That is actually, it's huge for us as well. And you're right. Any one of us and any one of our clients can get Parkinson's at any time, but we can work together to make it more accessible and for the community to include everybody. And that's another thing, is it's all about that, is making sure that anybody can walk into any store, any restaurant, any place in this community and have it fully accessible to their needs. Not everybody has, we all don't have the same needs, but are we missing that? And that's huge.
It is.
Yeah.
So very true. So I know that we're going to be wrapping up shortly. Is there anything else that the two of you would like to say or share? Coming from yourself personally and your involvement with Parkinson Alberta here in Medicine Hat?
It's given me awareness. It's given me the chance to understand Parkinson's and work together with yourself and the Parkinson Society to ensure that everybody's included no matter what. And what can I do, even as a person who lives in Medicine Hat, to help Parkinson Society?
You, Robin?
It's been, for me, it's been a really eye-opening thing, and I always look for those opportunities to, but where can I be creative? What opportunity does this give me to maybe change my perception about something? So in the last year that we've been working together, it's been some really unique opportunities for me to see, wait a second, how can I maybe do this a little bit better? How can I get more creative? How can I find these opportunities that are meaningful? And to just look at things just a little bit differently when I'm going out, whether it be to set up a volunteer with you or whether it be to work with a different partner within the community. It's just that opportunity to be creative. And so I always think back to, okay, well, I remember being in your office and we were having a coffee, and I believe it was at Christmas time, and there was these individuals sitting around the table, and I thought, you know, where is the possibility for people? So every time I walk into your office, that's what I get back, and every time I get through our partnership is, where is the possibility for these individuals? Where's the possibility within the community, whether it be for working, for volunteering, for recreation, for socialization? Who doesn't want to socialize?
I know.
Right? So that's something that I've really learned a lot from our brief experience so far together, and I'm really looking forward to learning more that way.
Well, I think this is a great start to a wonderful partnership that we've created. I look forward to continued years in this partnership. I hope by the time I'm no longer on this living earth that it will still continue, because Redi has been in Medicine Hat for how many years?
64.
Yeah, 64.
Yeah, our bottle depot
yeah.
actually turns 50 this year.
Yeah. And we've had bottle drives where we've had the truck at some of the
Yes.
events. I can think last year when we were sitting at Redi Bottle Depot, and Robin, you were there, and you
Yeah.
had, you know, a group of people that were volunteering, and there was like one gentleman and a couple of women and yourself, and they weren't afraid to approach anybody that walked through that
No,
door.
we
to
sold every
bring
single one of
and
those
you
tulips.
did. That, you sold absolutely every tulip and chocolate tulips as well. So I think, you know, you've done very well, and I really do appreciate the support and the ongoing support, because I think, you know, in our community, we are active people and we do need to support one another however we can do that, and find the potentials and the possibilities, and keep that dream alive. And, you know, somewhere over that rainbow, we're gonna get there. We're gonna, you know, go to the land of Oz and see, you know, the Emerald City. So I really would like to thank you both today for coming and sharing your story, talking about the benefits, the value it has given to the clients of Redi. But also I hope that you leave today knowing how much value you have given to Parkinson Alberta, and the clients have given back to us as well. I mean, folding pamphlets, it's mundane, but it's a job that needs to get done. Shredding papers, it's a job that needs to get done. And I know that your clients have been very open and desiring to do those kinds of things. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for your support.
Well,
You're
thank
very
you.
welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Again, my name is Beth. I'm the Client Services Coordinator for Parkinson, Alberta. And if you wanted to know where our office is, it's 928 Allowance Avenue Southeast in Medicine Hat. And our phone number is 526-5521. And you can check out our website at www.parkinsonalberta.ca. Thanks, and see you next time.